And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We got a bit of a wet one coming at you. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to go. Today's starting pitcher, Spencer Schwellenbach. What do we have on him?
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA, and guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub twos, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
Up the middle, Albies whips it to first on the run, and very nicely done for the out. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup, and a big factor for them in recent games, Mason Wynn.
Boog, his batting average is on the rise right now. He's hitting over 350 over the last 10 ball games, and you can see the confidence that he's carrying around just watching him walk to the plate.
Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. Schwellenbach with some less than fantastic work on the hill lately. Ripped to short. Tosses across to first. Quick start here this evening. 2 out. Top of the first.
Batting third, first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras.
Even the best pitchers of all time have had stretches where nothing was working for him on the mound. Maybe he needs to have his turn in the rotation skipped or something. Get his mind right to get back on track.
And a strike in there. So here in the 3 spot, Chris, a hitter low average but high slug.
Well, one thing he's going to lean on are the metrics. His exit velocity has been really good. He's just had some bad luck hitting the ball right at people.
Oh, 0-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 2 out, space is empty. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And now the Braves will get their first crack at it. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Atlanta and getting to start, Andre Palante.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
And now 2-0.
2-0.
And he chases that one below the zone.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a swing and a miss.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball.
2-2 the count.
Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Hit in the air, center field. Ciani puts it away for the out. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Jurickson Profar now in the box.
0-1's the count.
Comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
No ball,
1 out,
2
base
strikes.
is empty. Next
1 ball,
one in the
2
dirt.
strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one almost got him.
2
This
strikes.
guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings and misses. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off.
Yep,
Tell you
that
what,
ball
hitters
went
have
out.
nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
And that
Nope, that's a ball.
misses. Now 2-0.
That's
2
good
balls,
pitch there.
No strike.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you get a
2-1.
broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Almost
3
got
balls,
him.
1 strike.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. Contreras under it, and he's got it. Braves are set down 1-2-3. We played an inning, no score. Back at Truist Park, there's Nolan Arenado.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. And a foul ball. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. So now here's the Cardinals' designated hitter, Alec Burleson. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night.
Ball down.
Second inning here, no score. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
2 down, bases empty. Ivan Herrera, the next to hit. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Man at first, Lars Nootbaar digs in now. Gets the outside corner with that one. That misses, and the count even 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Allen. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. The Cards leave one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Albies went deep in his most recent game. Palante back to work. And ball 1. That one to first. And Albies is retired.
That is this designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1.
They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And a foul ball. Chases in the dirt, slider there. Herrera down to first with it. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
And here is Michael Harris II. Now
1 ball, 1
1-1.
strike.
Next
2
offering
balls,
is
1
outside.
strike.
That
That's a
one
ball.
misses. 3-1. Rips one to right. And foul ball.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
Two down, nobody on. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing here this half. We head on down to the top of the third. No score. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. Wynn in the 8th spot in today's lineup. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over 350 in his last 10. Tap foul at the plate. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
And the righty deals. That's
Ball.
off the mark, and the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
The shortstop
2-2
takes the ball.
Three, 2.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And that's hammered into right field. And that's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now, Michael Hellman. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no
Hellman
strike.
with some struggles at the plate recently, not uncommon for rookies.
You know, Boog, at the start of my career, I got only 3 hits in my first month, but I kept at it, and I finished the year hitting 300. I know he's going through it a bit right now, but he's capable of figuring it out.
Fouled off down the right side. Wynn aboard here at first with nobody out. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Now batting Michael Ciani. Grounded out his first time. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Man at first, 1 away. to the right side. And that's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. Grounded out his first time up. And that one fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Runners at first and second with one gone. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Gets a piece and stays alive. That's down and in. Two on, one out. And that's in the dirt.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
On the ground, 2 ball. Off balance feed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that's downstairs and outside. And another ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Yeah.
Two 1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Out there to center. And it drops in. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. Just a simple soft liner into center field for the knock right there. Maybe a little bit fooled by the pitch, but he did a good job of staying through it, and that allowed him to fight it off and just get enough behind it.
First and second, 2 outs. And up next for St. Louis, Nolan Arenado. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Right side, Albies tosses to first. They limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Bottom of the inning. So here's Murphy now. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Batting eighth, left fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Here's Alex Verdugo. First pitch swinging.
He just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Nick Allen getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1's the count. That's a ball.
Up and in, 2-1. Tying run is at first here in the last half of the third. Swings and misses. And the count's even at 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Back to the top of the lineup, and here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Fly to center his first time. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Verdugo off of first with 2 away. Just missed. Check swing called strike. 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for him.
Got him. Ricky Holiday with the call. Braves strand 1. They're down 1-0. And we're back as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's the Cardinal DH, Alec Burleson. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. One up, one down. And now it's Ivan Herrera. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Ground ball left side. Riley fires to first, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
2 outs, base is empty. Now up for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a hard hit grounder to third. Fair ball.
Now batting, shortstop.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now it's going to be Mason Wynn. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Swing and a fly ball well struck left field. Verdugo settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. So one left for the Cardinals, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Ready to go, bottom 4. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Jurickson Profar. That one not close. 1-0.
You know, these Braves just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And another ball.
No strike.
Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 1. Top of the zone for a called strike.
The count is full.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Andre Palante is done. Gave him a good effort as he exits with a lead. And we'll have a new pitcher when we come back. On the mound now, Michael McGreevy.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Here is Austin Riley. 0 for 1 so far. A little out front there as he swings through it. Moving to the bullpen for the Cardinals, Ryan Fernandez. Up and loosening in the pen. Liberator also throwing. Profar gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that is out of play.
One ball.
In the dirt. Well done behind the dish. And that just misses.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Next offering upstairs.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Bird.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Grounded out his first time up. That one misses. That's 5 straight. And that one fouled off. Tying run in scoring position. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swings through that one.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a pop-up. And the infield fly is called.
Batter's out.
Now batting, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
The 0-1. And there's a ball.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
In the dirt, blocked. Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Next pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a really good take.
And look out, as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Here's Sean Murphy. First time up was a pop out.
Love how the guy out there in the mound did not panic after loading the bases. Went right to work, got 2 quick outs, and he's got to bear down just to get 1 more and get out of this inning.
Next pitch misses way outside. And fouled off. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Schwellenbach back to work. Fouled off. He was late.
You know, these Cards doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice. So they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
And that's a little bit high. And it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
There's a swing and a miss.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
tap back to the mound. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. The throw is still in time, and that's out number one on a tough play.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
So up next, Michael Ciani, 1 for 2. Ciani checks his swing, appeal to third, and he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. One down, base is empty. That pitch gets the corner. That's strike one.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
Schwellenbach ready to fire now. And that's downstairs. And it's 2-1. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Acuna there. 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. 0 for 2 in this one. Curveball over for a called strike. In the air to left down the line. Verdugo ranging after it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Swing and a miss, splitter in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now in for the Braves, Alex Verdugo.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. That should put a jolt into this home crowd. It's 1-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Nick Allen. And there's a foul ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Just missed. Foul ball there. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5. The shortstop takes the ball. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Outside, and that is ball 4. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
No, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
On the ground to short, could be 2. Win over to second, over to first, but it's offline.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Profar climbs in on that left side. He is struck out, and he is walked. Now it's belted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. It's their second home run of the inning, and they take the lead. It's 3-1. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit an opposite field home run, fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show the pop, that kind of approach, you'll hit for a high average as well.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Michael McGreevy done for the night. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Ryan Fernandez gets the ball now.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
One down. Here is Austin Riley. First pitch misses. Swings through that.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Fastball is outside. Still only one out here in the inning. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Out towards right center field. It falls in, and that's a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Little chopper rolls foul. Riley, the base runner at first with one out. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
0-2.
And now 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. That one ripped. Way back there. And makes the grab. And that will end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here comes Wilson Contreras. First pitch, and he just misses. Contreras, a former All-Star, 32 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. That's a little bit low.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Outside. Ball 3.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. Has grounded out a couple of times.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And that's a strike.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
With the tying run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th. Squirts away a little bit, and the runner stays where he is. That one the other way. That's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone and just ripped it for a base hit. And that's easier said than done.
First and second, no outs. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Alec Burleson. Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. New pitcher for the Braves, Dylan Lee.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
That's in for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Ground ball could be 2. There's 1. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. First offering, and it just misses. Contreras on third with 2 out. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. And downstairs. That's too low. And that's ball 3.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Lars Nootbaar in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 2 outs. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. And the pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Corners are occupied with 2 down. That clips the corner. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third.
That's a ball.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Contreras crosses the plate. And it's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Mason Wynn. He is singled, and he is flied to left. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Dylan Lee won't go any further tonight, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Hector Neris on to pitch out of the pen here.
Hector Neris.
That one outside,
that pitch is out.
and it's 1-0. Two outs, couple of base runners at first and second. Check swing, and he went. And the count even at 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss, and that is that. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back here in Atlanta, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Michael Harris II. He swings and fouls one off. comes up empty. That's strike two.
It might be
ball,
time
two
to
strikes.
choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Out to center. Ciani under this one. Corrals it. And there's one down.
Now batting, catcher, Sean.
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Check swing, called strike.
0-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now batting, left fielder, Alex Verdugo.
And that one is in for a strike at 95. 0-1. Headed towards the corner. Nabs it, and that's the third out. Back at Truist Park, top of inning number 7. Now up for St. Louis, Michael Hellman. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Now one missed. To the right side. In plenty of time to first. One up, one down.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So digging in, Michael Ciani, 1 for 3. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 1. On the inside corner for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Sit him down. Strike him out.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul.
Punch him out.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Finish him.
And that one is lifted in the air. 2 up, 2 down. Now it's going to be Brendan Donovan. 0 for 3 in this one. That clips a corner. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's a little bit high. And now it's even 1-1. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that skips in the dirt.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And the tying run is on base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Hector Neris out of the game, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. New pitcher coming on, the veteran Buck Farmer.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Contreras in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
That misses the zone, and it's a ball to strike. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Donovan off of first with 2 away. And Wilson down on strikes. The Cards lead 1. They're down 3-2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Leahy.
Now pitching for St. Louis. Number
Well,
62.
1-run game. And now the shortstop, Nick Allen. Swinging a foul straight back. And that's outside. Action in the pen down there. Phil Maton, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Romero getting loose as well. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fouled off. And they'll do it again.
That's in. Ball 2.
Cut on and missed. Struck him out. One down.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
That one way outside. Now 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Misses his zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well, and you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
2 down, base is empty. Here's Profar now. And first offering is fouled off. Hard hit right side. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Braves go down quietly, but they still lead at 3-2. And we're back. We're at the top of the 8th. Here's Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado.
Joe Jimenez comes on now.
Now pitching to the Braves. Number 77. Joe Jimenez.
And that's down and away. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Ball to strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
On the ground. Albies over to first in time, and they get Arenado for the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Now here is Alec Burleson, 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. He'll take a trot around the bases. 3rd home run of the season, and we have a tie ball game. It's 3-3. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Ivan Herrera. That one misses, and that is ball 1. One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next offering is downstairs. Jimenez maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
And another ball. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at-bat.
Now it's the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Joe Jimenez won't go any further, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Pierce Johnson will take over.
Number 38. Pierce Johnson.
Strike to the outside corner. 0-1. And ball 1. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No, he held up. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. And now the count filled up 3-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Johnson fires. Sets him down looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Mason Wynn next up for the Cardinals. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Phil Maton. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Here's Austin Riley.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
The bit behind with that swing. It's strike
All
one.
one's the count.
And
I
now
got a
it's
ball,
even
one
up.
strike.
Swings through that one for strike two.
One ball, two strikes.
And there's
Nope.
a ball.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
That one misses. And now 3-2. Ozzie Albies in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Hit hard on the
Nope,
ground to
that's
the
foul.
right side. And it's just foul. That was close. It's a leadoff walk. And that's the go-ahead run.
Well, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball four.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. That one clips the outside corner. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Matthew Liberator appears to be getting loose. Next offering is in for a strike. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out.
One ball, two strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Marcell Ozuna next up for the Braves. And a
Ball that's
curve
outside.
misses outside. And that's ball one. Swing and a miss.
One ball, one strike.
Next
Ball
pitch is
two.
downstairs. That one is
Three balls,
upstairs.
one strike.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Michael Harris II in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Two gone.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Michael Harris II next up for the Braves. Just
Nope,
missed.
outside.
Swings through that one for strike one.
This guy's got such a
got
good
one
sinker.
ball, one
As a
strike.
hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Late that time, and it's strike two.
1 ball.
With the go-ahead run at first. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's down and in. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. And that is the inning. One left for Atlanta. Still tied 3-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 9th. Now it's the second baseman, Michael Hellman. Johnson back to work. Pitch misses. Ball one. And another ball. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charging, crazy.
Go-ahead run on base. Here's the center fielder, Michael Ciani. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Jason Shreve. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. And a sac bunt here. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly.
This couldn't have played out any better on offense. They were trying to trade it out to move the runner into scoring position, but instead they just couldn't make the play on defense. You really need to get it out there.
Making a move at first. Pinch running here, Victor Scott. So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Now the number 2 hitter, Brendan Donovan. Outside low, 1-0. Line drive, base hit, around third. He scores and they have the lead. A second scores as well, and they take a 2-run lead in a 9th. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Here's Contreras now. That one finds the corner, and that is strike one. Man at second. Bounce to third. Riley throws to first. Now one gone in the 9th.
Now batting, third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. And the first pitch
down.
misses for ball one. And foul ball. The 1-1. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Next offering is down low.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate, runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now batting, designated hitter, Alec Burleson.
2 on, 1 out. Digging in, Alec Burleson. He's already homered in this game. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Line drive, makes the grab for the second out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now the Cardinals catcher, Ivan Herrera. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jason Shreve departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Hurston Waldrop.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
Ripped on a line to center. Squeezes it, and that is that. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 5-3 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Ryan Helsley.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Now in for the Braves, Sean Murphy.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
First offering
Count
misses
1-0.
badly for ball one.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
There's strike one to the catcher.
Just
1-1.
not able to catch up to that velocity.
On the ground, right side, and that's a fair ball. Around first, digging for two. Well, he thought about two, but he's back to first safely.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
And next for Atlanta, Alex Verdugo. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you
0-1's the
do?
count.
Tying run at the plate. That's
that's
outside.
off the plate.
And it's 1-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
The tying run at the plate. On the ground to first. Here's Wynn for
That's
one.
an out.
Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
Well, that's a huge ball in play to get the double play defensively. Just one more guy to get this save for the closer.
So it's their last chance in this one. Nick Allen next up for the Braves. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Pinch hitter coming on. Matt Olson looking for a two-out spark with the bases empty.
Hey.
101 on the gun, swing and a miss.
0-1.
Helsley, 30 years old now, and he was a fifth-round pick back in 2015. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
The Braves down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.